Welcome to the Bone Tactical Workshop. All right, guys, come on, I'll give you the full tour. First stop is the forge. Of course, we built this forge ourselves. You guys have seen this forge in previous videos. Today, we're gonna talk about what we've got going on mid-2021 for the workshop, Bone Tactical Workshop. This is where we make the world's most effective edged weapons and self-defense tools. Forge, okay, using a propane forge. A couple burners going here, propane burners, and a forge that we built. We've got a 55-gallon drum for if we're doing any really super big, like something like the breaching tomahawks or something like that. And then we've got our tube that we've built down here specifically for smaller knives in the tube. From there, come on down to the shop and I'll show you some more. Watch your head on the way in. Got basically a version of an anvil here that I use to do letter stamping and some hammering. Occasionally I use it for kind of a table or things that are kind of similar to anvil type uses. It's specifically a I-beam, a giant I-beam that we've kind of adapted and then done, put some legs on it. Just a simple I-beam, simple heavy duty metal platform, anywhere from 1 inch to 1.5 inch thick, solid metal depending on the part, and we've got holes in it to put certain adaptions like you would an anvil. And then you guys saw the anvil over by the forge, so we've got the anvil as well. Over here you have all of the belts. So that's our belt station of all of our grinding belts. We're running really low on belts right now, and we've got another big order in. So we will be definitely getting the order stuff taken care of. In here, I've got all of the plastics. Okay, so we've got all of our plastics right here. I've got my old mattress in there that I used to have in the older Overland Expedition vehicle. The Titan, I took the topper off the Titan and just running the Titan without the bed now. You guys saw at the introduction of this vehicle, my current Overland Expedition vehicle is the Land Cruiser. So here in the back, we've got various types of exotic wood, and it's just another storage area. We've got the banner from the last time I was at Blade Show, the world's most effective edged weapons and self-defense tools. I've got 3 grinders here. We grind so many knives. I've got a couple apprentices now that work with me, and we grind so many knives that these grinders are in use pretty much all day, every day. And we're just always using these grinders for the plastic, for the Kydex Boltaron sheaths and the woodwork that we do and the metal. And so we're running through them. The bearings go bad. So these are all just really fabricated machines that we've kind of pieced back together. I don't know how many times. We're actually building a Bone Tactical grinder at this point, and I'm not going to show that yet because I want to show it all complete. It's pretty much done, but I'll show that in another video. But it's going to be pretty cool. It's a Bone Tactical grinder where you can adjust the speed and revolutions, the velocity of the motor, without any kind of electronics. So it's pretty awesome. But going through here, we've got basically all of our storage cabinets for all of our stuff, and everything in here from sandpaper to scroll saws to tape and all kinds of different stuff. Gloves and safety equipment. I built this system as well. Just kind of designed a little system of rolling drawers. I've got just all kinds of different stuff in here, everything you can imagine as far as all of the products that you need. I will mention kind of the most important stuff if you guys want to know about making knives or grinding knives, having your own shop. I will show some of the more important stuff. We've got all kinds of hand files in here, welding stuff, more tape, welding stuff, band erasers. We've got 4 different calipers. We've got the levels are very important. I need to get some more levels actually. So here we've got some products that are in the works, varying stages. They're mostly old products that had either some sort of damage or got flagged for something. So I need to personally go through these and see if they are able to be moved on to the next step or if they need to be disregarded or whatever. If these are maybe something that we were working on and we noticed a problem and we just said, you know, we're going to drop that there and go back to it later. We've got hole saws, more knives that we're working on here. These are various stages of this is recently forged, hand forged, a blank of a Bloody Bill Bowie that's got the basic form. Okay, it's recently been all forged out and we've went around and assured with hand tools and files that all the outside is the correct shape and size. From there, we'll go down. I'll show you. There's a bottom shelf here where we've got plastic that's in the works. All right, plastic sheaths in the works. Different phases of plastics in the works. We've got bags for the bagging up our coffee. You know, we've got our coffee farm as well, but we do the bagging up of the coffee here. And we've got all kinds of hand tools and rivets and different strap systems. I've got some chromoly tubing that I'm going to build. I'm going to build something you guys will see in next year's video because I'm going to build a big, another big, really cool piece of equipment. I build pretty much all my tools and equipment myself. This is for another project that I'm working on. So we've got some paints and different things for shop maintenance. So that's what's down here. Going from there, I'll kind of show you. I'll actually show you these in a minute. I'm gonna give you keep walking around the shop to give you a little tour of the shop. Just general purpose work table here. This is some different locks. Everything stays locked when not in use, and this is to hang a Dremel tool, a Fordham Dremel tool. So you can work here with the tool hung. All right. Down here we've got different levels of sheaths that are in process. Here we've got Tomahawk sheaths and EDC Relentless sheaths that are all in process. Various sheaths that aren't terminated yet. These are sheaths of the Ghost Knife sheaths that are in process. We've got all the acetone for our painting process over there on the other side. I've got my air compressors here. in the last video I just had this air compressor. I had to rebuild the air compressor because we use it so much since the last video. I also had to buy another air compressor and rebuild. I bought at a pawn shop in Bradenton. I bought this really cheap, and then I've had to rebuild this as well. In the process of rebuilding it actually, but it's a good compressor and it'll get up and running. The problem we have now is that I sometimes need to paint. I need to do grinding, die grinding, and then I need to do all at the same time with the sandblaster. So I really need more compressors than I even have right now. Up here we've got storage, okay? All kinds of different storage for different raw materials. We've got in the bottom row, this is our cedar. That's what we've got left of our rainforest cedar, some of the nicest cedar in the world. The granadillo, or the most precious hardwoods, the mahogany, and I have in this shed over here, I have the really, really nice stuff kind of hidden and buried in there, the mahogany and the cocobolo. That's whole other side is filled with that stuff. And down the bottom there, we've got some Kydex presses and the cheap wood. We've got some of the cheap wood up top here as well, and some more storage on the very top. All right. Working around from there, you guys did see the sandblaster. All right, you guys saw the sandblaster. You guys saw the table saw. So we've got sandblaster and table saw for woodworking. I'll bring you guys back over here and show you a couple of these locks are still in place, so let me pull these locks out of here. I'll show you the cabinet systems we've got here as well. So we've got, you guys know that I also speak Spanish, so we've got heat guns in here. A lot of this stuff is in Spanish. We've got paracord snaps for necklaces. We've got glass bottles for mixing chemicals and for painting. We've got specific sandpaper discs that are specific to our processes. We've got wood oils and associated electrical stuff, because I do all my own work here to the point where we run our own electrical systems. You guys can see there's like all of this whole, we built the what we call the galera. We built basically it's just a shed, it's a pole barn here that we built, and then ran all the electrical ourselves. Just everything. I mean, we do it all. We poured the concrete ourselves. You guys probably saw that we poured the concrete ourselves, because in the early videos that you saw from here, none of this was here. It was just an empty lot. So from here, we've got different kinds of epoxy. We've got like 8 different kinds of epoxy in here, going from the bottom of the crappy epoxy just to fix something that breaks in the shop, all the way up to West Marine or DevCon, to the expensive epoxies that we use on products. We've got cutting discs, grinding discs, sanding discs. We've got our own types of discs as well that we've designed that we use here. All right, more discs, and just all kinds of different stuff in here. There's 2 layers of so there's 2 bins here, and then there's another layer in the back, but it's just packed with all of the tools and equipment that we use on a daily basis. Okay, in here we've got molds for the sheath making. We've got all of our hand tools. We've got some wooden dowel rods, screws, bolts, nuts, nails, more safety equipment, everything very well organized here. And we've got, you know, just pretty much the full shop, and this is how we've figured out to do the best we can with organizing everything, and then trying to stay organized and trying to stay on top of everything as we grow. You guys, in the back corner here, I've got oxygen and acetylene for the cutting torches. We've got a system here we just recently ran with extension cords that go to a power supply up top, a generator. All right, and this is a ladder off of one of my old expedition vehicles that we now use to get to the second level of the shop. And you guys can see we're kind of trying to stay organized and grow and build good solid stuff at the same time as balancing trying to stay up with the demand of the world's most effective edged weapons and self-defense tools, which is, the demand is just incredible. You guys are buying everything we make as fast as you can buy it, and we work 7 days a week. I've been working 7 days a week, 10, 12 hours a day now for years, for 6 years at least, and just a lot of work, but really starting to pay off. I started, just to let you guys know, I started 5 years ago. I had just this machine right here only, and it was at a buddy's junkyard, and I was making knives, and that was it. This was the machine I had, and it's had 3 different motors since then, and I've had to make this wheel, for example. I had to rebuild this wheel. I've had to change wheels. Some of these are new wheels. I've had to change bearings about 100 times, but it's Old Faithful, and it's a Fear grinder that I got. I don't think Jose even makes those anymore, but it's an old Fear grinder, and it's been, for what it's been pretty good. Let's go up to the second level and see what we got up there. So up here, we've got a couple little tool areas. I've got a few of these downstairs as well, but one connected to a vise, and I kind of made this so when I'm working on doing the basic 45-degree angle here, that we use this for the 45-degree chamfer on the outside of all the knives, and a tomahawk will fit in here, and you stand or sit right here on this side of it, and then you load up here, and you take one out, finish it, and put it on the other side. So it's very easy to not forget which tool I was working on, stuff like that. Here I've got a bunch of raw materials and stuff. You can see I've been building the roof basically as well to protect from the rain, but I'm pretty much just maxed out on space. So I'm gonna probably have to buy another piece of property specifically for this, or build on another piece of property specifically to build another shop. We're just completely maxed out on space. We have no space. We do all the clean stuff inside the building here, and then we do all the work, dirty work outside, but we're just out of space here. So I've got the oven, the old faithful oven here for curing Cerakote, for curing powder coat, curing the powder coat, and then we've got also basically the system here of electrical that we recently ran to the upstairs. I am in the process. I've about got this done. This is the old oven. This is going to be the new oven here. So this is going to be my new paint oven, and I'm going to do basically lights so you can see what we're painting, and then heat lamps as well. And this is going to be the paint rack right here, and it's all insulated now for heat. So I just have to get the temperature control right and figure all that out. It's been a lot of work to get to this point, but when I get the time, I'll finish it. It should be hopefully here in a couple weeks. So this is basically the second story. Let's go to the third story. We had to build a third story just out of space, and now that we can't build another story, like I said, we're gonna basically have to build a new property. But let's see what we've got on the third story. This is the rainwater system. I basically built a gravity-fed rainwater system for our shop water. That's not something that you guys are probably interested in, since you probably have running water where you're at, but this is a barrel that I built. All right, this is a rotating parts tumbler. So definitely check out the whole thing. We've pieced it together out of this is an old Dahlgren, Texas, part of a lathe, and then motor, and just had to build some different size wheels, and to get all the stuff right. But now it's actually pretty awesome now. It's very fast to do a stone washing process on anything. We've got the rocks over here for the stone wash. This is our room specifically for the rotary parts tumbler. Over here we've got the generator. I already need a bigger generator because my generator doesn't even do half of my stuff anymore. This is a 15,000 watt. I'm gonna have to go to a big diesel Cummins or Cat, and I'm probably gonna have to drop another 10 grand on the generator here soon. So so buy some knives. Okay, so here on the side here, we've basically got some drop down tables, little space saving table design that I came up with. It's got some chains on there, and you just open up the table, and the tables fold back up onto the walls. Let me know, guys, if you want to see more of these kind of videos. If you like the workshop videos, let me know if you've been following along and you've seen all the progress we've made from day one until now. It's a pretty big amount of work, but we've done a lot, and we've made it. So we've made it to this point. And hopefully in the next year or next 2 years, I'll be taking you on a tour of a brand new shop built again 100% from scratch with our own hands. Thanks for watching. Bone out.